YouTube, what is going on? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we got another video here by Rev say desu. It's so effing over. So let's see what this video is about. I see Gawr Gura on the YouTube thumbnail. So let's just check it out. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. Let's jump in.
Hey, what's up guys, Rev here. So it's never been more over. It is official. Gawr Gura is graduating from Hololive. This was a long time coming, but something that millions of people are reacting to right now. And if you're a longtime viewer of the channel and a VTuber fan, you know I've covered her many times over the years, and you were definitely expecting this video today after the announcement yesterday. And if you're not a VTuber fan, I highly encourage that you watch this video to understand why this is such a big deal right now. So as you can see, this is Gawr Gura, a VTuber who's been with the VTuber agency Hololive for about 4.5 years now. However, over the past 2 years or so, she's had several breaks, and there's been times where months have passed between her streams. However, every time she would go live again, she would receive an enormous amount of supports. However, people were anticipating that at some point she would be graduating, which means retiring from the agency, and a lot of rumors started swirling about a week ago when she posted this on her past life account, Senzawa. This is a blue fish referring to her blue shark VTuber model that she uses at Hololive. Now, this is a past life account if you don't know what that is.
Dude, just a blue shark, 7 million views, 100,000 likes. God damn.
It is your former account that you had before you joined the agency, and typically once you're in the agency, you no longer tweet on the past life account, or at least you do very sparingly. And this being tweeted only a few days ago on her alt account, given the recent breaks she's had, people had a feeling this might signal a graduation. Now, you might recognize Senzawa. It's a huge account with only 25 videos, but 1.2 million.
That's insane, bro. The recent video has 14 million views. Jeez Louise. Nah, these people have got clout. Nah, these VTubers are different, bro.
Subs, many of her videos and her meme songs and stuff like that going viral. But over the course of her time at Hololive, she has tweeted twice on this account. Back in 2022, she said, "uh-oh," which caused millions of people to speculate she was graduating back then. However, then on April 9th of this year, we had this blue fish. And as it turns out, all the doom posting about that were correct. She had this announcement saying, "I have to talk to you about something tonight," with a link to
brother, 17 million.1 views, 200,000 likes, 15k saves. Oh my gosh, well, bookmarks. Oh my goodness, bro. Now Gawr Gura is up there. She's up there with Iron Mouse, for real, you know?
To a live stream where she would announce her official upcoming graduation from Hololive.
Thank you for your compassion, your creativity, and your dedication to me.
#1 trending on YouTube. What? Nah, that's insane.
Thank you for waiting for me.
Okay.
Thank you for waiting for me to return when the outside world became too much.
Oh, brother.
Let's have as much fun as we can together during these last 2 weeks. Please share your kindness and patience with everyone.
Okay.
And while my time here may be coming to an end, I will cherish the memories that we've made together forever.
What?
I have...
Dude, the theatrics. Oh my gosh, bro. The theatrics are some other. Like, just say normally, like, what? I don't know. I guess this is their thing. I'm not hating, but I'm just saying it's just so theatrical. Like, the pauses of dramatic effect.
One final project to share with you, and I can't wait for you to see it. I'm feeling really optimistic for the future, and I hope you are too. Thank you, everyone, for letting me be your little shark.
Yep, that was a tough one, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, a lot of people are quite upset, but also happy to congratulate her on such a long career. But as you can see, the attention on this short
14 hours ago, 2 million views. Oh my god, bro. Gawr Gura fans, don't shoot me. Nah, I know you can't. The problem is with VTubers, you can't give them any critical criticism because it's either you must fully love them or hate them. And for me, I like VTubers, but at the same time, I am gonna call out things that for me I would, you know, be a little bit like, why is they doing that? You know, I will call out stuff, you know, from time to time.
8-minute stream is immense. It's #1 on trending right now with
That's
over
insane.
2 million views, despite only being streamed 14 hours ago. This was a very, very big moment in VTubing history, but like I said, something that people saw coming for quite some time now. And just to give you like a taste of her influence, this was the pre-stream chat.
Wow.
Before people even knew she was graduating Hololive. That is
114,000 people were on her live. Oh my goodness, that is insane.
memberships going off. It's literally breaking the chat. It's going so fast. That's the influence she has. So you're probably wondering why.
All I just hope for is she doesn't join another agency. She must just call it quits. The reason why she was running away from that agency, her taking breaks. Nobody takes breaks when they're that big. You know, they take breaks because there's something wrong in the contract or she's having a problem with the agency. All I'm just glad is now she probably now has independence. She must be smarter in her approach when it comes to her independence, I feel like.
200,000+ concurrent people would be watching this VTuber, especially if you're not familiar with VTubers. Well, let me explain just how impactful Gawr Gura has been over the years. Right off the bat, she is the most subscribed to VTuber in the world, especially among English VTubers. It's not even close.
Yep.
She is someone who was a part of the first English generation of Hololive called Hololive. Hololive at the time was a huge Japanese VTuber agency, and Hololive was their first attempt to bring that stuff over to the English-speaking scene. And everyone in that first generation has had a massive impact on VTubing in the West. I would argue they had the biggest influence over anyone else in terms of getting people interested in VTubers or wanting to be VTubers. And all of them are great examples of what a VTuber should be all about. They brought a lot of the great components of idol culture over from Japan. They brought it over here.
Yeah, I love idol culture. For me, VTubers, I kind of have no idea where to start. I've been seeing them, I think 2 years ago, COVID times actually. COVID was the my first experience of VTubers. I remember Gigak or Grant from Trash Taste. He was one of the first people to show me like what VTube is about. He's like, yo, this is the future. And he was ahead of time. But for me, I don't know. I found it, I was, as the old saying goes, it was ahead of time for me. So I don't know. I just didn't like how it was looking. So I don't know. But now I like VTubers. You know, I mean, I watch Rev, guys. Come on. So like I like VTubers. I know Iron Mouse. I know Rev, Gawr Gura, and that's it. I still need to get into them. Like, but yeah, you know, I mean, it's still a new thing for me. So yeah, I don't know.
All these people are drama-free. They provide great entertainment. They're extremely talented, whether it's as streamers or musicians or what have you. They're all very
musicians, we can argue, but yeah.
great. But I will say Gawr Gura had the biggest impact of all of them. She instantly went viral from day one. She helped propel that group and VTubers in general into the West. And it began with this first stream right here titled Shark. And as you can see, it has nearly 6 million views on the VOD from 4 years ago. That is absolutely an insane number. And this stream, ironically enough, would begin very awkwardly with something that would become a meme all the way through her graduation.
Okay. Okay.
That was just one of many different memorable moments that would signify her career. In fact,
bro, I swear I can't get into this. What? How was that a memorable moment? I don't get it.
she would
I
get
don't
so
get it,
popular,
honestly.
she wouldn't just reach niche areas of VTubing and streaming. She would literally go mainstream. Last year, Gawr Gura and several other Hololive members literally sang "Take Me Out to the Ball Game" at a Dodgers game. Okay, that's how
fire.
mainstream they got. In fact, this got so much attention that a lot of people were checking out VTubers for the first time. And also the Dodgers would go on to win the World Series in 2024.
Good.
No coincidences, ladies and gentlemen. But anyways, she's lived an incredibly drama-free career. The only drama that's ever existed over her time was people attacking her. Mainly jealous weirdos like Britney.
I wouldn't say it's jealous. I just feel like people would look at it and not understand it and not try and figure out why people like it. I feel like it was coming from a place of dismissal. You know, people would just dismiss them, you know. And I like VTubers. I see what they're doing. We're kind of like, for me, since I'm an anime YouTuber, I feel like we're in the same niche or in the same, you know, spectrum or realm, you know. So I had to learn how to see these guys, you know, because being like, it's how can I put this, being an anime fan or a VTuber or whatever, you know, we're kind of like the outcast, you know, we're like the outcast of society because it's different, you know. So I like it, you know. For me, getting into VTuber, like, I'm still trying to get into it, you know, yeah. But I mean, it's cool, I guess, you know. It's cool. It's something that I like seeing, you know. It's cool. I mess with some of them, so I just still need to get into it. It's gonna take me time, but yeah, man, it's cool. I understand why people hate on it, because for them it's different, you know. They hate on something because it's just different, you know.
Venti, and sleep easy at night knowing that Gawr Gura outlived Brittany Venti. That is an accomplishment, but over the years, because of how successful she is and just really being without controversy, people really try to force it over and over and over again. And if you think I talk a lot about Sweet Baby Inc. or Ubisoft, which I do, the only topic I have probably discussed more than stuff like that or anything else on this channel is Gawr Gura. I mean, she's tailor-made. I enjoy her content. I like speaking positively about her. But also, she's been in some of the most ridiculous and forced controversies ever, which she has almost never even acknowledged in any way, shape, or form. She has just...
And that's a good thing. I feel like every single VTuber should never try and explain what they do, who they are, because honestly, they're just gonna get butchered. I feel like the hate for her is forced. I think, you know, again, it's not that it's forced. She's at the top of the game. We mustn't ever forget that. The people that always get to the top of the game are highly criticized. You know, for example, somebody like Kaisenat, people were criticizing Kaisenat. Iron Mouse, people were destroying Iron Mouse. You know, for example, somebody like Drake, you know, in music, like the people which are at the top of the game, you know, they're going to be highly speculated, highly criticized, and be in big controversies for any small little thing that they do. That's how it is, you know.
Just continued on and made great content. A great example of what this type of VTuber and their aspirations should be all about. Now, of course, all good things have to come to an end. We have the official announcement here from Hololive that was posted after her brief live stream saying, "We regret to announce that Gawr Gura Hololive English will be graduating on May 1st of 2025, JST. Wow. Since her debut as a member of Hololive English Myth 5 years ago, Gura has touched the hearts of fans around the world, become a beloved face for VTubing in its early stages, and played an instrumental role in the growth of Hololive production. To all the fans who have shown their unwavering love and support, we sincerely thank you. While we understand that this news may be difficult for many, we deeply respect and..."
Difficult for Hololive, not many. It's good for Gawr Gura. I think something may have happened, you know, because, bro, you cannot be at the top of your game. You see people like Iron Mouse, you see people like Kaisenat, you know, Gawr Gura is up there, you know, with streamers. And then you're just going to be like, you know what, let me just go on hiatus. Something must have happened. I can put my money on that, you know.
Support Gura's decision as she begins her next chapter. We are endlessly grateful.
I just hope she doesn't become a fool and sign another contract with an agency when she's this big. She's now at the point of independency. I just hope she takes this independency and becomes, you know, a superstar for real, for real.
For Gura's remarkable contributions and wish her nothing but success and happiness on her journey forward. And for those who don't know as well, she's definitely dealt with a lot of things involving her anxiety and related things over the years. Part of the reason she's had as many breaks as she did. It's been a struggle to deal with the attention and the pressure that's been on her. I think that's very clear. So
oh, boo-hoo. Come on. Like, I feel like, one thing which I'm always going to say is somebody that gets famous and complains about being famous and rich. Come on, guys, but hey, that's just me.
This is something, like I said, the writing's been on the walls for a very long time. But of course, there's something that a lot of people are looking at right now, and it's the specific mention she made of disagreements with management that we've heard from several Hololive VTubers who recently graduated as well.
This has been a very long time coming.
Yeah.
But today, I am here to announce that I will be graduating from Hololive on May 1st, 2025, JST. My reasons being disagreements with management and company direction.
So looking at that set of comments.
True. Though the only one thing that you'll have a disagreement with is money, opportunities, and placement. I feel like maybe she wasn't getting the right opportunities with these managers. I feel like they might have been messing her up with the money. Something somewhere in between just went a bit messed up, because that's how it is. Every single person, when they sign to an agency or they sign to a company, something happens where, of course, there is going to be a disagreement, I just feel like maybe they wanted her to be something she's not. So I'm glad that she's out, and hopefully this is her time where she's going to really rein in and become the superstar she is, because for me, Gawr Gura, from an outside perspective, I've never heard of her, I only heard about her this year. So for me, it's like, damn, there's actually a VTuber like this. VTubing is still such a small, unique niche, category. I feel like, people like the only person which I've heard so much about is Iron Mouse. I just hope that Gawr Gura becomes also that second Iron Mouse for YouTube,
And like I said, the previous and similar comments made by other major Hololive VTubers who have graduated, people are starting to speculate that maybe there's something going on here in the company. However, if you look at the impact of the stock here, I'll just show from the past 5 days here, you can see the moment she announced her graduation, a 10% drop off in Cover Corp's stock. That's not too surprising, and people are kind of looking at this whole situation from a bird's eye view and saying Gura announces graduation, she's audibly upset and crying. Reason for this is disagreements with Hololive management. What the hell's going on here? And you can see this tweet's got 77,000 likes.
That's insane.
A lot of people are also asking these questions. Unfortunately, it's going to be very confusing. I have no answers for you, obviously, at this point. It's all speculation. And I think people should also understand that a lot of this stuff comes from what I would imagine is corpo speak about disagreements with Hololive management and the direction of the company. But one thing is definitely worth noting, and it's that Hololive recently went public. And typically, when a company goes public,
it's bad. Yeah, no, when a company goes public, it is terrible. You can't sign with a company that goes public because, especially if you don't have any shares or anything, it's tough, man, because the company is only there to please the investors, nobody else. They're not there to please the customer, not there to please anybody that works for them. It's only the investors.
Might have massive internal changes, especially with the direction of the company. But again, this is speculation, and she might be using corpo speak to make this kind of a neat and organized way of leaving the company without getting into specific.
She's professional. That's the one thing. These big VTubers, one thing which I like about them, their professionalism is on another level. They act like celebrities and they treat themselves on a high degree. They're very professional. That's what I really appreciate about big VTubers.
Again, we will never know, but overall, a pretty crazy set of developments. And you can see the CEO of Cover Corp personally thanking her under the announcement tweet of her graduation, saying, "Thank you, Gura-san, for all of your hard work in Hololive English. Because of you and other members of Hololive English, Hololive became so loved and popular in English-speaking countries. I'm so grateful for everything you've done. Thank you with all my heart." And obviously, there was a great relationship with the company. There had to be for all these years. But if things fall off, especially after going public, we don't really know. And if this is corpo speak that she used in her announcement, again, it's all speculation, but I think that's kind of where people should leave it at this point. But clearly, her leaving the company's had a significant impact already. I mean, they lost the bragging rights to having the biggest VTuber in the world and being the ones that have Gawr Gura on their roster. It's a big hit, and obviously it's going to impact the stock as well. But where we go with Hololive here, anyone who thinks this is the end, I think they're being incredibly...
No. It's not the end, because, you know, you would look at it, for me as a new VTuber, I would look at it and be like, okay, cool, number one was on this company. Maybe I should also associate myself with this company, because one thing, guys, in business and when you're joining companies, agencies, management and all of that, you never know what they could do for you individually. It's not the same as Gawr Gura. Gawr Gura, she's also her own individual, you know, compared to now, it's you as an individual. You never know, the benefits might be better for you versus Gawr Gura. So yeah, you never know. Yeah, I feel like with management, agencies, all of that, it's different for each person, you know. And the most important thing is the contract. Your contract better be spick and span. You better lawyer up, honestly.
Dramatic, but I think it's definitely fair to question where the direction of the company is going at this point after losing several big talents, including their biggest one, Gawr Gura. But at the end of the day, I think people are going to be sad about this news, but also they should be very appreciative of everything that she's given the VTubing scene and really just content creation in general throughout her time with Hololive. And I have a very, very strong feeling based on her words of her upcoming things going on with her future that she's likely going to return to her Senzawa account or something new and try to keep going with content creation. I have a strong feeling about that. So again, lots to be thankful for, and I'm glad they got to enjoy her content. I'm sure tons of you watching this video are grateful as well. But that's going to do it for this video. As always, feel free to share your thoughts about...
Okay, so now we're seeing what's going to happen with Gawr Gura. I don't know. This is my first time ever seeing much about her. Well, second time. You know, I've covered another video of Gawr Gura. It was some controversy, some dumb controversy, where literally unprovoked. And one thing which I like about Gawr Gura, since she's smart, she knows that there's controversy around her and she don't address it, or she makes fun of it. You know, she makes fun of herself. That's the one thing which I like about the big VTubers. Their self-awareness and the way how they handle themselves in controversy is very, very good. I like that. But yeah, we shall see what's gonna happen. Maybe I might cover her first video on the 1st of May. Hopefully she comes back. All I'm hoping for is she takes the bull by the horns and runs. You know, honestly, you know, VTubing is almost at the point of being super mainstream. I feel like it's not mainstream to that level. Especially, I've been a long time anime fan. I only know 3 VTubers: Rev, desu, Gawr Gura, and Iron Mouse. So we shall see. We will see. Honestly, make sure you guys like and subscribe. Tell me what you guys think down below in the comments, and of course, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.